Hey everyone, welcome! Welcome to this exciting stream here today. Happy Wednesday, everyone. My apologies for starting this a little later. The plane I am using for today just got an update, so I had to do some downloading, and then Twitch and OBS had some issues. But now that's fixed. Now I'm finally back on the air. Good to see everyone here today. So we're here in Reno, Nevada, and today we're going to be doing some really fun and exciting bush flying today. So we're going to go for the route of today's trip. So we're going to be going we're going to be flying from Reno, Nevada. We're going to travel through a bit of Nevada, but most of this flight is going to be in Northern California. We will be visiting quite a few national parks, including Pluma's National Forest, Lassen Volcanic National Park, through Shosta Lake, Pool and Weaverville Airport. We're going to go through Trinity Lake, fly through Mount Eddy, go into the town of Mount Shasta, visit Mount Shasta, and then we'll finally land at Dunsmuir Municipal Mott Airport. So, we're going to do some really fun bush flying today. We're also going to be visiting Trent Palmer's ranch himself, owned by the famed content creator and one of my favorite aviation people in the whole aviation business, Trent Palmer, one of the great bush pilots. So I know some of you have been asking what are we going to take for today's flight. Well, yesterday the guys here at Parallel 42 came out with a brand new plane, and they just added it for the sim right before Christmas. That's right. This is their Model 5 Series 5 kit box STI, and this isn't any STI kit box. This is the Freedom Fox, flown by Trent Palmer himself. The guys at Parallel 42 made this plane, and Trent Palmer himself has even collaborated with them with this product, along with the guys that got Gravel. Now, if you want to get this plane, let me give you the link for it. If you click on this link, it will take you straight to the Orbex page for this. Now, this plane with tax is $32 with tax. And let me tell you, this is one of the best bush planes for the whole sim. If not, it's one of the best payware bush planes alongside the Kodiak and the Husky, in my opinion. I flew it all day yesterday, and I just love it. This thing has such a good flight model. The sounds are excellent. And the quality of this plane really speaks for themselves. And the fact this is Parallel 42's first ever plane for the sim, that is really impressive. And I'm really, really excited for their future. So yeah, I'm really excited. I want to see you in the chat. I see Citizen 6 is lurking in the chat. Good to see you. I'm hoping everything goes well for every one of you here. So hopefully everyone's doing well here today. Hmm. So this plane right here just popped on, decided if I should be productive or not today. Yeah, this plane is just really impressive, and I mean they nailed the looks. The model looks amazing, and they go really into the detail for the plane. You see the flying Cowboys sticker on it. It's got that really nice stickers. Then you got the classic stars, and then one of the more unique things about this Kit Fox is the flaps. These are not just flaps, but these are also ailerons as well, which means they can help in turning and rolling in the plane. It's got the classic Free Fox livery and even the whole sticker. And it looks like the pilot model apparently has Trip Palmer on the pilot model, I believe. But this little bad boy is powered by a Rotax engine. Rotax 915 engine, by the way. And if you want to build a Kit Fox for yourself, if you really want to actually build one, well, you can actually get one for 40,000 bucks, and you can build these things at home. Now, obviously, it would take you around. Well, it will definitely take you around a couple hundred hours to at least 1,000 hours, I believe, for the kits. But just imagine you build your own airplane and you build your own kit, and they even have an assembly manual to build your own plane, and you can choose what kind of model you want. The one in the sim is the STI model, and this one has great short takeoff and landing performance. It usually takes 1,000 hours to build this thing manually, but this thing is actually insane. It can take off at around 150 feet, which is really impressive for a plane this light. And the range of the sim is around, well, 600 nautical miles, which is actually also pretty good. And at high altitudes, from what I've flown in the sim, I'm surprised this thing's actually kind of fast when you get to higher altitudes. So let's look at the interior of this plane. Now, this is the interior of the plane. You can definitely see that there's actually a bit of an electronic dashboard, because this is the one Trip Plummer uses. Now, it's very simplistic, like the normal Cubs. This is a very simplistic plane itself, but there's a lot of really cool little touches. If you press this button right here, the Alt, it pops in a one wheel. Like, so anyone who's ever watched Trent Palmer's videos should know there's his one wheel right here on the wing. That's a really nice touch. And then the other one, if you press this, you can take off the engine cover on this. So you can actually see the little gritty details on the engine. And you can see that beautiful Rotax 915 engine in its full detail. It's just, I'm so impressed with the detail in this plane. The guys at Parallel 42 just put so much detail in it. They did an amazing job with it, and I'm super, super impressed. So I'm going to go ahead and take the engine cover back on. Now, how do we exactly get this plane started? Well, let me pull up the checklist. So this plane actually has a checklist. Let me go ahead and zoom this in. So let's start with let's look at the engine start checklist. So we push on the parking brake. I think that's on. Then we turn the fuel on. And the fuel, I believe, is fuel pumps. Fuel should be on. Where can I find this back? I apologize, this is my first time actually starting the plane. Oh, fuel's on. Okay, check. Master, we turn on the master switch, which is located... Actually, where's master power? Oh, master's on right there. Sorry. Start power should be turned on. Fuel pump, A and B are on. Now we put a tiny crack in the throttle. Okay, then we turn lane A and B. So we turn on lane, boom, those two are now on. Now we need to push to start. So we need to push the start button. Okay. Like I said, you gotta give me a second. This is my first time starting this plane. Start power. Start button. Now there should be a start button. Where'd y'all put this? Oh, there's the start button. Hey, it's already on. New panel layouts are always a challenge, says Citizen 6. Yeah, it's a little challenge. I got... Okay. Now we turn off the start button. And then we can turn on the avionics, which is right here. And there's the Garmin G3X that's on it. Okay, that should be good. Then once we got the engine started, we're going to go ahead and go to, before we take off, the controls should be free. Okay, they work good. Now we need to get the doors latched. Oh wait, the doors are already latched. And yes, you can actually open the doors on this. That's good. The alternator's set. The gas. We're gonna give 75% gas. Get 75% fuel. The initial alternator set, we run off the checklist. And I think everything else is good. We just gotta turn on the lights. Wiggle lights, strobe lights, nav lights, and map, and that is good. That's all the lights we need to turn on here. So everything should be good. We're gonna let me pull up my nav map. So we are going to take off from runway 32. So let's go ahead and take this thing off. Now, for this plane, I gotta be careful with the rudder pedals because I've watched some of his videos, by the way. It takes them a little bit to get them started. Also, the brakes on this are quite strong. Another reason I should be a little more careful. So, let me go pull up to the runway. Now, obviously, because this thing is quite light, taking off with this should not be a problem. It is a dedicated bush plane. I'm going to go ahead and just lower the power a bit. So let's see who else is here. I see SJ Fly is also here too. SJ Fly 2 is also here. Good to see you. I see you working in the chat. Nice to see. Hello to everyone. So basically there's that. Now we could always do a normal takeoff procedure with it. We just put throttle full open, apply forward pressure. But if you want to see how crazy this thing is, I'm going to show you the super short takeoff with this thing. Push in the max, and let's get this thing going. 20 knots. And yeah, this thing's already off the ground. This thing is stupidly short. I love this. I love taking off in the Kit Fox. Now, for this one, we can get to 9,000 feet. Should be the safe altitude. (337 nautical miles). But we don't really need autopilot for this. This thing is... We're going pretty short. But yeah, this is the Kit Fox. I absolutely love this plane. I love it. Now for the price, this is often compared to the Zenith CH-7 STOL from Simworks Studios, the makers of the Kodiak, and also it's also compared to, it's also got a similar price to the Kodiak actually, which is, I mean, both of those are really capable bush planes, but I really am impressed with the way they've done it here. And I think of the payware bush planes, I think personally for the price, it's absolutely worth it. And if you want to go even crazier, Parallel 42 also came out with their own, a second version called the Fox 2. Now the Fox 2 is their own version, and not only can you put more liveries on it, you can also change the engine on it. God Gravel actually came out with several different little engine tunes you can do for it to give this thing even more insane performance. Basically, have performance that really rivals that of some of the of the God Gravel stuff, which is pretty impressive. Like, so we're gonna go visit Trent Palmer's ranch. So we're gonna visit his ranch. Now, this is also a free scenery that comes with the Kit Fox. So we're gonna pay him a visit here. Yeah, Kodiak is a lot easier to land short than take off short. Yeah, I think for the Kodiak you have to worry about trim. Trim is kind of a major issue with the Kodiak. You not only have to worry about trim when you take off, you also have to worry about rudder. But to be fair, if you know what to do with the rudder and such, the Kodiak is an insanely rewarding plane. And I think his ranch should be around here somewhere. So we're going to pay a visit to this ranch. I think there's the ranch down here, I believe. Now the ranch in the sim, that's actually been developed by Photosite BKev, I believe. Now, the scenery here is developed by Photosite BKev's Desert Oasis. This comes with the purchase of the plane, and it features the private airstrip in hangar from himself, Goldzone93. Hey, what's up, Goldzone? Now, for guys who don't know, Goldzone is actually my brother. First time chat. I'm actually heading towards Northern California today. We just took off from Reno. We're going to pay a visit to Trent Palmer's hangar outside of Reno. And we'll be heading through Northern California in the beautiful bush country there. And DH Paradox says hello. Good to see you, DH Paradox. Nice to see you. Okay, there's our little dirt strip down here. Now we can test the real landing capabilities of this plane. Just let me circle around this area for a little bit. Just circle around. Lower the power a bit. Pull up, it says. I'm not worried. There. So we're going to go ahead and do the short landing. There's the private strip. This should be really easy. This thing stalls also at a really low speed, so landing this thing shouldn't really be an issue. That was pretty good. That was like I said, slow speed, but that's one of the real benefits of the Kit Fox. This thing can take off and land really short. Now, let me show you guys something a little interesting about this. So, welcome to Trent Palmer's Ranch and Hangar. Welcome to Trent Palmer's Ranch. Oh, and by the way, so let me show you this. So this is Trent Palmer's ranch. This features his ranch he currently owns, his private airstrip. There's his Ford. There's his Ford pickup truck, and here's his hangar. And here's the really cool thing about the hangar. Let me see if I can get this thing in. No. Oh god. Oh, I made it easy. You can park in the hangar. So this is in the hangar too. Look at the detail of this. This is really, really nice. It's got the little hangar. It's got all the machinery parts, so if the plane ever breaks down, he can always fix it. Which I think is really cool. So in the hangar, we also, let's see if we got our camping stuff. Yes, we do. We have our camping stuff. We got that in the back. And then I have something else of a detail to show you. So right here, let's get this out. Boom. This here shows all the, whoops, let me get the notepad back up. My bad. So it features all the people who've worked on this plane. This includes all the people Pearl 42, Edison, Soriano, Kevin, Menard, Roll Menard, Morales, Jessica Rinna, the Area 42 test team, and it's also featuring guest appearances from the guys at Got Gravel, who make the amazing Savage Carbon and all that. Rockview and Connect Shaw, those other two made some of the liveries for it. And then Trent Palmer himself collaborated on this amazing project. And I'm just really blown away about it. It's just, the amount of care worked into this is just amazing. Let's get this thing backed. I plan on getting this point soon. Trust me, this point is absolutely worth it. It's an amazing bush point. The quality on this is just so good. I know there's another Kit Fox on the market, but it does not even compare to this one. So we're going to get back out here and get back to the rest of the flight plan. Now, we need to get up to 9,000. We need to get to 9,000 feet. And we need to go to 282 degree heading. So let me go ahead and put the 282. Yes, this thing actually has an autopilot. And what's great about this autopilot is this is great. I know a lot of bush planes in the Sims don't have, like the Husky doesn't really have it. The Savage Cub doesn't have it. The Zenith doesn't have it. But this thing's pretty cool. This thing actually has an autopilot, which is great for the longer flights. So we're going to go ahead and take back off. Okay, good. Put forward pressure. This should get the speed up. Once we hit 40 knots, we should be good. And yeah, and we're going to take off. Pretty easy. Yeah, X-Cub has autopilot, but only the X-Cub is really the only small bush plane that actually has that. Which I think is cool that this plane actually has it too. It's nice to cruise on group flights. I know. I've flown this all day on Oh Can Do stream, and speaking of Oh Can Do, really awesome content creator. If you like to do bush flights, Oh Can Do is one of the best. I know he's streaming a bit later. I know he's streaming at the same time I am, but I'm gonna give him a shout out because he's an awesome bush pilot on Twitch, and I think he deserves all the respect he gets. But yeah, this is a fantastic little bush plane. It's just so capable. I see Chunky Flyers in the chat. Chunky, thank you for the follow earlier. I appreciate it. So it's just, I'm really impressed with this. I mean, I'm so happy we got another really nice bush plane for the trip. And trust me, there are going to be people coming out with more stuff for the sim for this thing. People are going to come up with more liveries. Yeah, he just started. Yep. If we don't raid Two-Toe Murphy today, we might raid him, so keep that in mind. So let me go ahead and get me to... And also another thing they nailed on this plane too, the sound on it. It sounds just like a Freedom Fox should sound. They did a lot of work on the sound of this plane, and it sounds almost just like a hitbox. I know I was watching Evie Angel's review on it, and she complained about the sound, that feels rushed. I disagree. The sound on this is incredible. They nailed the sounds. I know Okandu mentioned that there was some engine chatter, and maybe they could potentially fix that, but I don't think it's that bad, at least for what I'm hearing so far. So if you're new here, you can join me on the East USA server. We're heading our way over to NorCal. We're going to head to Rogers Airport, which would be the first leg of the trip. Now we're going to be flying over the Plumas National Forest in around the Nevada border. Now, this national forest was named after its primary watershed, the Rio de las Plumas, or Feather River. This national park was established back in 1907, and it's known for many different kinds of tree species, including the Coast Douglas fir tree, many types of different conifers and such, pine trees, and more. So, a lot of this is natural forest, but this actually makes it excellent bush flying here. He just started streaming. How are my frame rates? I don't think my stream's really lagging very much. My frame rate's doing quite well, I believe. I don't know my exact frame rate, but let me activate my GeForce and let's see the frame rates. I'm getting around 33 frames per second, which actually isn't that bad. Yeah, I'm around 33 FPS, DH, according to my GeForce. So I'm doing quite well with the frames so far. Though he did mention that was an issue, but maybe they probably fixed it in the most recent update today. I know they had an update today for the plane. Man, look at the view. This is just look at the view. Another thing I do like about the kit box. Because the door's all glass, the side visibility of this thing is also remarkable. You could see all sorts of stuff. You could see the side really well. The side visibility is great. Forward visibility is pretty solid, but not really as good as some of the other ones. But yeah, that side visibility is among the best of all of them. Just really, really nice. So, Gold Zone 93, I promoted you to VIP Gold. So, there's that too. So, we're going to be going through a lot of this natural forest and doing this properly. And we're right now cruising at 90 knots at indicated airspeed of 90 knots. And our true airspeed is around 102 knots. So kind of we're getting around that line now. Though I could always go a little faster if I really wanted to. I'm gonna go a little faster. Just press the knots a little quicker. So, I want to ask you guys in the chat is how's your all's week have been? I know this week is Christmas. I mean, Christmas Eve's going to be on Friday. I mean, that's going to be pretty awesome. Saturday's going to be Christmas. I'm maybe hoping to do a Christmas stream in Papua New Guinea with the Missionary Bush Pod. I'm really hoping I get the opportunity to do so. I think that would be very fun for Christmas. Just put some snow. Hey, Professor Wolin, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, Professor Wolin. Nice to see you in the chat. Nice to see you here. So I'm going to go to the exterior of this plane. Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. What a really nice area to fly here today. The flying conditions here. Hey, Angry One Horn just raided my stream. Angry One Horn with a parade of a party of 8 people. Welcome, guys, from Angry One Horn. I know that you were just flying around the world in Yonkers today. You're heading on your way to Iceland. I hope you guys made it safely there. Because after I get done with that Berlin-Beijing flight, I'm going to have to try to fly in a retrofit Yonkers over Iceland. Week has been met, trucks in the shop, and used a good chunk of Christmas money for the bill. Sorry to hear about that, Citizen 6. Sergeant Staff, Captain Seppi, Arctic Turn, Angry Warhorn, and Sergeant and the rest. Welcome to the stream. good to see everyone. So for me, we took off from Reno. We visited Trent Palmer's actual ranch with the plane he actually flies, his Freedom Box, and we're gonna do some NorCal bush trip flying today. So we're gonna fly around all the different forests and mountains around Northern California in this incredible bush plane, one of the best in the sim, in my opinion. Blue Mana Battery, hello, good to see you. Welcome everyone. If you don't have the kit box, don't worry. I have my recommendations. That includes the Husky. All X-Cut variants are welcome for the trip. The Savage Gravel's more than welcome to take it. I had those installed. Or just any stow plane. You could take the Porter. I have the Kodiak, so that's welcome. So it's great to see you all here. So let me go over my Nav Map for today. We're going to be heading through the Plumas National Forest. Then we're going to visit Lassen Volcanic National Park. Go through into the flatter plains. We'll be seeing Shasta Lake. And then we will be going through Trinity Lake around that area. And then we're going to visit Mount Eddy and Mount Shasta. So that's going to be our trip for today. Just for a simple bush flight in the amazing kit box. I think it's just his house. All I've ever seen was he has chickens, so it's more just his private house than a private ranch. Yeah, I call it ranch because it's a ranch style house. That's why I call it that SJ Fly. That's why I call it ranch is private ranch. Meaning it's a ranch style house. That's why I call it. Angry One Horn, good to see you. Says, hey my man, bring the vibes to you, no worries. So we're going to 96 knots, but our true airspeed's actually around 110. Yeah, when this thing gets high altitudes, the performance on this is actually good at high altitudes. Because it actually goes much faster at higher altitudes. Yeah, it's absolute. This thing is absolutely beautiful, guys. And don't worry, I also packed in my camping supplies here too. Yes, because this kit box has its own camping supplies. So I got camping supplies for me and on the rest. So yeah, this is just really nice. That's why I wanted to do some North California beautiful flying. It's because, like I said, this bush flying has some extremely beautiful stuff. Lots of beautiful natural scenery. So our first airport's going to be at Rogers Airport outside of Lake Almanor. So that's going to be... I see Arctic Tern's in the air. Yo, Arctic Tern, nice to see you in the air. I think you might have been... Yeah, you're hovering in a helicopter. Yeah, that's you in the chopper, I believe. You're probably in a livery I don't have. But that's why I recommended helicopters and such. Like, any short takeoff plane can be participating in this event. So let's see. No, just a Newport. Oh, you took the Newport? I don't have that. Newport. I know that's a really nice World War I plane. And Sergeant Staff's in the air. I was going to bring the DC-6. Okay, actually, none of the strips are ever really short. None of them are really small strips on this flight. Most of the strips are actually not that short. Not the small push strips. So you could easily take the DC-6, maybe except for the last airport, and maybe the initial airport we visited, Trent Palmer's place. You will use water injection. I see Sergeant Staff's in an NX Cub. I took that NX Cub last week during my Scotland tour. NX Cub for a solo plane, quite nice to fly. And that tri-gear also helps with taking off and landing. And taxiing too. It's a definitely very nice choice. Now, the lake we're going to be visiting, Lake Almanor, is a lake that's about 90 feet deep, and it's actually a reservoir, believe it or not, with a capacity of 1,308,000 acre feet, and it was formed by the Canyon Dam on the north of the Feather River, as well as the Brenner and Last Chance Creek, Hamilton Branch, and various natural springs. Now, the first dam was completed in 1914 by Great Western Power as part of the Feather River project. However, the area site was once part of the site for Yosemite Madu Village sites during that time, and when it was built, those Native American tribes were displaced, while parts of Prattville have been moved to higher ground. The reservoir was named after the three daughters of Guy C. Earl, which is Alice, Martha, and Eleanor. That's why it's called Almanor. The current dam was constructed from 1926 to 1927, in which doubled the lake's size. And now this dam is now owned by PG&E, which they use it for hydroelectricity. But it's also a popular recreation area for fishing, boating, water skiing, swimming, and camping. Oh, you were flying the Electra. Yeah, Electras are really... I heard the Electra's gotten better since it first released. I know that there's been some teething problems with it when it first came out. We should be getting there pretty quickly. My biggest point is the sound. Yeah, for what I've heard, the sound, it doesn't sound like an Electra. Like it sounds like a small tractor or something, and not actually sounds like an Electra should sound. I think that's probably what you're getting at from what I've heard. Now, the Northern California, it's incredibly loud and low quality. Yeah. That is many people's issue with the Electra. The biggest thing is the sound. Like, this sounds really good in comparison to it. Even the Yonkers being a $15 plane sounds better than the Electra. I mean, the Yonkers was a $15 plane, and yet it still sounded better. And the Electra's like twice the cost, so yeah. Yeah, my free Grum and Goose is better sounding. I know. That's sad when freeware plane sounds better than you're paid doing it. Like, come on. But yeah, this is beautiful here. it is just absolutely gorgeous here in California. Now, the northern region of California has historically had a lot of issues with forest fires. I mean, there have been lots of wildfires over California. Like, there's been lots of wildfires all over the U.S. But in California in particular, there's been lots and lots of wildfires in California. Most of the wildfires in the country are caused in California. And in the northern region of California has its own bushfire sort of stuff. In fact, Northern California actually has the worst bushfires in the entire country. For example, in Northern California, in order to suppress the wildfires, it cost over $1.3 billion in just suppressing the wildfires. And usually per year, they destroyed 7,410 structures were destroyed by wildfires per year, which is crazy. Check out live weather with snow. I don't usually do live weather just because whoa. My planes acted all weird on the snow. Oh. Yeah, but the plane's acting all weird. Yeah, it's all snowing up here. Yeah. But I guess when you get more into the northern California, it will probably snow. Yeah, you can switch back. Yeah. I don't think the Kit Fox can take that much wind. Yeah, let me change back my clouds. Back to my cloud settings I got. Yeah, live kind of buggy. I don't think this is meant to have that much snow. But I was way down here in the valleys with snow. Does Arctic turn? Yeah, it was kind of snowy. But no, I was getting back. I don't think this Kit Fox can handle that much wind. And when you consider that this thing is around 700 pounds lighter than the Husky and X-Cub, yeah, it's going to be more affected by wind than most planes. But yeah, California is a really, in fact, California has had more cost in wildfire cost than the rest of the country put together. California is really, really bad. And a couple of years ago, I believe, I think last year, Southern California was affected by a wildfire. And you guys want to take a guess what caused that wildfire? If you guess it was actually a gender reveal party, you probably are correct. And it's not the first time gender reveal parties have caused wildfires. So if you want to prevent wildfires, don't host gender reveal parties. Don't. So Lake Almanor is ahead of us is Lake Almanor. That should be ahead of us. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the direction back. But yeah, what a nice day for bush flying here today. But yeah, it's lovely. What a nice place to actually fly. And I would definitely see more streams with this kit box. It's definitely a great plane. And I'm not the only person who says it. AV Angel nearly gave this thing a 10. She said if it wasn't for her thoughts and sound, this thing would have gotten an easy 10. I know a lot of content Beamit really likes this plane. It's absolutely worth the $30. And mind you, these guys also made Sky Park, which is also really good for career stuff too. So yeah, I'm really, really impressed. And mind you guys, this is their first plane they've ever made. So going forward, I think this company, these guys are going to have a lot of good things going forward. So some interesting facts about the kit box. Now, there's some more kit box sort of stuff, and some more facts about it. Now, the STI model, which is the one represented here in the sim, the STI model in particular, you can actually, the base plane itself is $39,995. However, you can actually modify this for additional costs. For example, what if you wanted to add, I don't know, 29-inch Tundra tires? How about $3,300 for a 29-inch Tundra tires? Or if you want a parking brake, you get $425. Basically, you can add things on top of your kit box. You can put different LED systems on it. You can put a cargo bay kit onto it. Dual pin door latch. Different kinds of tails and pedals and all that. Which I think is pretty cool, and the base kit includes a fuselage kit, wing kit, landing gear kit, covering rib lacing kit, and powder coating. Those are all what comes with your kit box. So there's definitely quite a few things you can do with it that makes it quite a unique plane. going to lower down to 6,500 feet. I'm going to try and lower down to 6,500. They're going to go ahead and lower it. Yeah. Kind of simple stuff. So, according to the MSFS add-ons, I'm checking the news. There's Field there, who just recently released a new their version of the Las Vegas International Airport, or McCarran. Got Friends is coming out with their own freeware discus glider. As well. So definitely not really much going on for the likes and add-ons. I know recently I did see Iveo release their own thing for Microsoft Flight Simulator. That also is coming out. There's not much coming out now as well. Nothing in the news as well. But yeah, I mean, there have been this week has just been, this past week or so, has been a great sort of weeks for plane mods, because we've had, last week was the Kodiak, that was amazing, and then this week we had the Hitbox. So many great third-party stuff going on. Then Flynar came out with their Spitfire update. It was an amazing update to an already really good Warbird. I'm having problems with the P-38s. Well, did you get the newest update? Flynar sent out a new update, I believed, of the P-38. Because I saw that on the Discord that they've updated it. Because that just came out yesterday, I believe. Oh, your throttles from your the pitch won't work. Oh, you're having a problem with the. Oh, I didn't know about that. But again, I don't have the P-38, so I don't really know that problem very well. You might want to reinstall it, says SJ Fly. It could have been a corrupt download. That could be an issue. I don't have the plane, so I'm not really that sure. It worked on my Electra. Yeah, don't be afraid to look into it. But that's not a huge issue right now. Ah, got it. So this is Lake Almanor, right ahead of us. It's definitely a very popular area for hydroelectricity, for fishing and such. And also, this plane is not bad for hand flying it either, because trimming this thing's actually pretty smooth too. Yeah, the Electra and the Kodiak. Got it. So we're about to land here. We're going to go land on runway... let me pull up my map. We're going to land on runway 34 at Rogers Airport. Now, Rogers Field, this airport was is the ICAO code 0 Oscar 05. It only has 2 runways, only one of which is still operated and maintained. It's usually mainly used for GA. It also serves as Chester Air Attack Base, and that's owned by the Lassen National Forest, U.S. Forest Service, and they're used for aerial firefighting. So this is where they do a lot of the aerial firefighting and such, is happen over here. And they usually use both fixed-wing and helicopters and other air tankers and such. And the resources there include fueling, fire retardant loading for aerial tankers, communications, and quartering for crew and such. So that's the airport we're going to be visiting here. So there's our airport out here. I'm going to go ahead and just sit down at a pretty good speed. I think I see our airport ahead. So now that we got back to lowering the altitude, we should get ready to land on runway 34. Yeah, this plane, I love this push plane. Like I said, I'm happy that we got another really good small bush plane that isn't a Cub. That isn't based off like any of the Cubs, which I think is great. Again, more variety for bush planes is better. And that makes me even more excited for the Gottfried's Draco. that's going to be coming out next year. That's going to be insane. I would definitely get that. Just more good bush plane options is just really nice to have. Problem. 3 knots. Yeah, no difficulty on landing. That's a very easy landing. So I see Sergeant Staff on the ground. Let me go ahead and stop and get this thing parked. See if there's anyone else here. Draco probably won't be that realistic. It's too complicated of a plane. It says SJ Fly. But hey, we may never know what we're going to get. It probably won't be that realistic, but to be fair, the thing is, there's only one Draco in existence by Mike Patey, and that thing was destroyed by an accident. If there was one still around, they'd probably be working on that, but I don't really know. Sergeant Staff he needs to hop out. No worries, Sergeant Staff. Thanks for coming by and flying with me for a bit. I really appreciate it. I hope we get to see you later. Hope we get to see you later today. So take care, man, and have a great rest of the day. Yeah, what a stupid accident, too. I know. Oh, I'll be around. No worries, man. So, okay, so now that we landed, we're going to go ahead and get ready for the second leg of the trip. We're going to go by Rogers. We're gonna take off back up again. We're going to visit Lassen Volcanic National Park, which is including visiting around Lassen Peak. Fly over into Shasta Lake. And then we'll land at Pool Weaverville. That's going to be leg 2 of the trip. So more California landmarks. So we're going to get back onto the runway. Now, let me get this thing back into the runway a bit. There were literally no other planes in the air. Any half-decent pilots would have not made that mistake. Yep, that is correct. He made a big mistake. That was true. Mike Patey, for as much as I like him as a comic creator and all that, and plane designer, yeah, should have probably made better decisions. Like, piloting takes a lot of training and stuff to be a good pilot. But even the best pilots make simple mistakes. And I'm not even a pilot, but even I would probably know to not make those mistakes. So let me change. 309. And then altitude, well, we need to pick up to 9,500 feet. That's going to be good. We got everything going. We can now... Hey, Joey Bolo, good to see you. Good. Hoping the new Freedom Fox is kick A. Oh, trust me, this plane does kick A. It is probably one of the best bush planes in the sim. Like, the flight model is really good. The sounds are very well done. There's a lot of value in this plane. They put lots of detail in this plane. And they even got Trent Palmer to help out with it too, which I think makes it even better. The fact Palmer himself collaborated, I think, is pretty cool too. This is a fantastic bush plane. Absolutely worth getting. So we're going to be first visiting Lassen National Park, which is going to be ahead of us. Now, Lassen National Forest was established in 1905. It was named after the Danish-born pioneer Peter Lassen, who mined, ranched, and promoted the area in the 1850s. It's home to many different kinds of animals, such as the black bear, raccoon, coyote, bobcat, fox, mule deer, and cougar, alongside many different bird species like the mountain chickadee, the white-headed woodpecker, and even other species like the long-toed salamander and various bat species all live here. But also, in addition, in 2017, there were 3 wolf pups that were born in this forest. And now as of 2020, there are 14 that California Wolf Pack has now 14 members with 8 new pups. So yeah, there's a wolf pack actually located around in this area too. Now, obviously, if you want to know what that giant point up the mountain is, that is Lassen Peak. This used to be a volcano. This was actually a volcano, and it's the southernmost active volcano in the Cascade Range of the U.S. The tallest point of this is around 10,000 feet, 9,457 feet, with its prominence being around 5,229 feet. It is actually a lava dome volcano, meaning it's a circular volcano. And in fact, it is the largest lava dome on the planet, with a circumference of 0.6 CU miles, or 2.5 kilometers to the third power. The volcano rose around 27,000 years ago as well. And in 1915, Lassen Peak erupted and it devastated nearby areas and spread volcanic ash as far as 280 miles to the east. And in fact, Lassen Peak is where Lassen Peak was one of 2 volcanoes in the contiguous U.S. to erupt during the 20th century, the other being Mount St. Helens. So this definitely is a very interesting area to talk about. Now, there are some pretty popular things you can do around here. Climbing, hiking, backpacking, snowshoeing, kayaking, and skiing are all very popular. Now, currently, the volcano is dormant, so it's merely inactive. I'm gonna lower its power a bit. So definitely some very beautiful flying around here and such. So that's a bit about the volcano. That being said, it can still be a problem due to lava flows and stuff around the area. So in order to prepare for those threats, the California Volcano Observatory is observing all this stuff closely because it could still erupt. We don't know about it. Now, the first person to ascend the mountain was Grover K. Godfrey in 1851, and the first woman to reach it was Helen Tanner Brote, in 1864. In fact, that one of the tar lakes over here was named after her honor. So here's Lassen Peak, which is right here. There is our Lassen Peak right here. So that's where we're going to be heading to. But let me give a few shout-outs. First, Joey Bolo. Joey Bolo, really awesome content creator. He's been following around with me since the earliest days of the channel. I know he streams pretty late at night, but I want to give Joey Bolo a shout-out for that. Then the next person is going to be Angry One Horn, who just rated me. Angry One Horn is a really awesome content creator as well. And he's now completing his private pilot's license, his PPL, in the Cessna 172. And he's a really awesome content creator. He's also doing his around-the-world flight in the Ju-52. He just reached Iceland, which is great news as well. So these are going to be the two, and then there's obviously other ones as well. By the way, this lake will also be the longest in the trip. So we could look out here in this wonderful flying here in so there's Lassen Peak to our northwest, right here. And mind you, this is still an active volcano, even. I'm just gonna probably play a bit of Christmas music if you all don't mind. I got some music for some of you all to relax during this flight. Hey, good evening, Goblin Zeus. Welcome. So this is Trent Palmer's plane I'm flying here today. This is his kit. This is his Freedom Fox here today. Oh, you're loading in. Wonderful. We're just passing through Lassen Peak in California. And today, I mean, is a great day for flying here. We just visited his private home and his private airstrip earlier, and they did lots of details. And I gotta say, Goblin, this is an amazing bush plane. And I think this is going to be a very popular bush plane for a lot of content creators. Very, very popular. So some more information about the nice plane. Oh, my second flight here. No worries. So some interesting facts about the Kit Fox. The Kit Fox was first flown in 1984, and it was actually originally manufactured by Dan Denny from Idaho, and his company Denny Aerocraft of Boise, Idaho. This plane was amateur built and not type certified. And over 4,500 kits have been delivered in 42 different countries. This plane was a derivative of the Avid Flyer plane during the 1980s. The Kit Fox was really good because it was nice and simple, and it featured folding wings, which were great for storage. I mean, you could store this in a lot of areas, and it can be. And what is so good about this plane is that it can be built in a two-car garage, because of the folding wings and stuff. Then, when the wings folded, you can tow this thing to the airports. And you can also change the landing gear. You can put it into skis or floats as well. Which is really nice. And this plane's come a long way since it was first built. But now the current manufacturer is Kitbox Aircraft. They are the ones who currently yeah, this plane sounds really good too. Really, really, really nice plane. And it's definitely one of my favorites in the whole sim. I just adore this plane. There's Druid Zeus. Nice to see you. I'm going to go ahead and just send this thing to 6,000 feet. Go ahead and drop this to 6,000. Yeah, this thing also has pretty good range too, which is nice. It's a very nice plane. Like I said earlier, I think Parallel 42 just knocked this plane out of the park. Not worried about the terrain. It's certainly a very good plane for. Oh yeah, this thing is excellent as a bush plane, Goblin. This is an excellent bush plane. You can take off in the really short strips. I mean, this thing only needs 150 feet to even get off, which is really nice. It also comes with the big tires, so basically you could take this on more of the tundra conditions and such. You could put on the big tires. And this thing also has pretty low stall speed too. It doesn't stall really fast. Yeah, very, very nice plane for the bush. Just stretching. So the next place we're going to be visiting is Shosta Lake. Now, Shosta Lake was, Shosta Lake is very well known for, it's actually another one of the water reservoirs. And it began to store water in 1944. Due to the impounding of the Sacramento River by the Shasta Dam, the 9th tallest dam in the entire country, and it's actually a key facility for the Central Valley Project, and it provides flood control for the Sacramento Valley. And out of this lake, it generates power for the dam, and it's used for irrigation and municipal purposes. It has a capacity of 4,552,000 acre-feet. It is actually the largest reservoir in the entire state. and the third largest body of water in all of California, behind Lake Tahoe and the Salton Sea. And here's another thing too I like about this Goblin. Look at the side visibility on this. This thing has incredible side visibility. You can see so much from the side of the plane as well. This thing is just really good for that visibility. So you can see out of the side really well, which I think is great. It's great that we got a plane that we can actually see off the side. Lots of excellent visibility. Yeah, the visibility on this is great. Another great reason I like the plane. But yeah, like I said, Parallel 42 nailed it. I'm so happy that they finally give the kit box justice, because there was a previous one from this that I found in the marketplace, but that one wasn't good. This, on the other hand, is amazing. Amazing little bush plane. And I mean, look at this. You got all the people that worked on it, all the stuff, all the good people here at Parallel 42 worked on it. And then I also brought my camping supplies. So once we reach Mount Shasta, we can do some camping. So I'm gonna go ahead and play some music, but while we get to, I'm gonna play back some Christmas music. It's interesting to have an autopilot for a long flight. Yeah, and I think that's another thing that's great about it, is this thing actually has an autopilot. Compared to the Zenith, one of the other paintwork bush planes for this, Husky, the autopilot's really nice for that journey too. Another reason that I think this plane's gonna be really good is the autopilot. I know a lot of bush planes don't have it, but it's still nice to have for those longer range flights. And by the way, that's what Palmer's had in his Kit Fox. Oh, and here's the best feature on this plane. The one wheel, Goblin. Yes, there's a one wheel. The one wheel. The best feature on the kit box. A one wheel. And there's also the engine cover too, if you want to take it off, and you can see that beautiful Rotax engine that this plane has. One wheel? No. No, it's a one-wheel skateboard. It's electric skateboard, Goblin Zeus. This is what he used on some of his videos, by the way. Oh, I see. Yep. So, some bit of interesting facts about Northern California. So, Northern California, or NorCal, it is the northern portion of California, and that includes the San Francisco Bay Area, the Greater Sacramento area, the Redding, California area, and Fresno. NorCal is most well known for containing the Redwood Forest, along with the Sierra Nevada and the Yosemite Valley areas of California. In addition to this as well, Northern California has a population of 15,377,000 people. Now, Native Americans have inhabited this place at least from 19,000 years ago. And all the arrivals made it one of the most densely populated areas of the pre-Columbian era North America. Now, the first establishment of European settlement in NorCal was with the Spanish sent a mission at Monterey, and it moved forward alongside the coast, extending as far as Sonoma County. However, with all the new settlements, droughts and wildfires have really increased the region for quite a while now. Due to the events of the gold rush, NorCal has been a world leader in economic, scientific, and cultural areas, with businesses like Apple, HP, Google, and more. It's been a major business hub, and also for cultural and scientific stuff as well. have been found here in Northern California. The most populous city here in NorCal is San Jose, followed by San Francisco and Fresno as the top 3. Sacramento is number 4, and Oakland is the 5th largest in Northern California. Well, Northern California has a warm to mild to cold climate depending on the elevation. Summers are usually pretty mild along the coast and generally warm and dry, while winters are usually cold. There are many different national parks here in Northern California, but by far the best known is Yosemite National Park, a place we visited quite a few weeks ago. Okay. In addition to Yosemite National Park, Kings Canyon Sequoia National Park Complex, Redwood National Park, and Lassen Volcanic National Park are some of the most well-known national parks in Northern California. And there's also quite a few national monuments, including the Giant Sequoia National Monument and such. So definitely lots of different monuments here in Northern California. So definitely some really interesting facts about Northern California. You should lower your music. Yeah, I'm trying to incorporate more music into my streams, because I think the biggest issue for me earlier on is I didn't have music. I know I should get Epidemic Sound soon, so I'm really hoping I can get. So this is Shosta Lake. Now let me go ahead and pull back my showcase. So this here is Shosta Lake, which is to our right. One of California's largest bodies of water in the entire state. Definitely a great place for your water stuff, like canoeing, kayaking, fishing and such. You can find it all here. Music is nice, but not to cover the voice. Yeah, I'm still trying to balance it out, because and every song has a very different volume too, so I have to control the voice of my music. It's a really nice region for holidays. It is. Northern California definitely has some really nice areas for holidays. Yeah, NorCal definitely has some really nice stuff for the holidays. That's for sure. Should be nice to use boat planes. Yeah, speaking about boat planes, Goblin, Big Radios is coming out with their own payware goose, That probably next year. Now, they've already worked on their freeware goose, but now they're going to make their own payware one, which I'm very keen in being interested at it. So now that we get through the hills of our national park, we should be heading 25 more nautical miles. So now we turn left. We're going to turn to two. So now we're going to be heading to Port Weaverville. We should actually take, we should land at runway 36. How does not appear on the outside? I'm trying to think about it. My pilot's still being revealed, so I don't think it's. I think, is it something with yours, Goblin? Because my pilot's still revealed. Oh, I think I know what it is. Goblin, if you ever checked, the kit box actually had an update today. So there's a new version for the kit box out today. I wonder if you now have it or not. I just want to make sure you've got the new version up for it. The only reason I say that you haven't updated because I saw that today before I installed it. Before I checked back on the stream, I'm going to make sure there was an update, and it turns out there was an update for it. That's why I just wanted to ask. Yeah, you got a sticker? Yeah. Yep. You should update it. So you should update it after this flight, or whenever you get off the sim, you can always update it. And such. You go through your Orvax Direct and see what updates it has. That's what I did for this morning, Goblin. that's good, Goblin. Yeah, updating would be a good idea there, Goblin. So for us, we're gonna get there pretty quickly. Next leg's actually gonna be pretty short. Next leg's gonna be a short leg, so that'll be our final. But yeah, it is absolutely stunning here today. This is beautiful. What a stunning day for flying, that's for sure. I made several updates this afternoon about planes. It can be complicated to keep track of them. Yep. Same here. It's not easy to keep track. I know today on Two-Tone Murphy's channel, he's going to be taking the Simworks Studio Kodiak over Portugal. So that should be fun and exciting. So that should be exciting to keep watch of Murph in Portugal. I know, I will fly the Kodiak tonight. Yeah, I'll probably fly it too. Like I said, I still need more time to learn how to fly the Kodiak. Like I said, the Kodiak is not the easiest plane in the world to fly. I mean, taking off now landing the thing isn't an issue. It's taking off from the Kodiak with the Kodiak is going to be difficult because not only do you have to worry about rudder, you also have to worry about trim. Because if you don't do that properly, the plane's going to take off and then go to a spiral. Take off and then, boom, crashed. And you have to restart the flight all over again. Yeah, I learned how to take off with proper trim speed. Yep. And rudder rotation, too. Because, you know, that plane isn't very easy for that as well. So we're gonna be heading over to Trinity Lake right now. So we're gonna be heading near Trinity Lake right now. Now Trinity Lake is located on the Trinity River and was formed by the Trinity Dam. And Trinity Lake is one of the largest reservoirs in all of California, with 2,447,000 acre-feet. Now, the lake has its own marina located in the southern end of the dam. And there are 3 marinas: the Trinity Alps Marina, the Cedar Stalk Marina, and the Trinity Center Marina. Now, this lake is used less than Shosta Lake due to the lengthy road up, but this makes it a really good destination for fishing and water sports, as you can fish for smallmouth and largemouth bass, catfish, kokanee, and rainbow trout. Also, houseboating, speedboating, and water skiing are also popular lake activities as well. Hey, Chunky Flyer, good to see you. I started my round world trip in the Kodiak. Lots of airports to practice off and landing. 1,000 miles and a 119,000 mile journey. Awesome, Chunky. Great job. Great start. Great start to an amazing journey. Thanks for coming around, Chunky. And thanks for following me on my channel earlier today. I really appreciate it. So we're now about to land. So we're just going to land here at runway 36. So once we get over this hill here, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to descend. Going to visit every capital city of the country. Oh, that's going to be pretty interesting. Hey, good luck on the trip, Chunky. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to descend. Thanks, it should be fun. No worries. So, Chunky, I'm also doing my own historical tour. On Sundays, I usually do the Lufthansa 1926 Berlin-Beijing flight. So, for that one, I'll be going through from Berlin, Germany to Beijing, China. And I'll be going through a bunch of the interior of Russia, all of that in the Junkers. So, basically, I'm going to be in the interior of Russia for a long time. But on the other hand, that means I also don't have to do lots of bush flying trips in Russia. So, there you go. And this Sunday's trip will be taking us to Moscow. And speaking of Moscow, I should probably get that landmark stuff from Flights and TO and get that downloaded. Which has got all the Russian landmarks in Moscow. Okay, we should be blown up to the ground. I'm going to go ahead and lower. I think one stage of flaps is all we need for this one. Like I said, plenty of runway, especially for something like the Kit Fox. It does not need a runway. Here we go. And yeah, pretty easy landing, pretty short landing too. Kit Fox doesn't need any landing help. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing parked. And we'll see Goblin Zeus try land. And there's Goblin Zeus. Nice landing, man. Good. Great job. Awesome, you landed. Yeah, you gotta watch it for the rudder, though. So, now with that complete, this leg is finally completed. So we should get back to where we are right now. So for this one, we're going to be heading to our final leg of the trip. We're going to be taking off from Pool Weaverville. We're going to head 15 degrees north. We're going to be visiting Mount Eddy. Then we're going to head down into the town of Mount Shasta. Then visit Mount Shasta itself. We're going to visit the exterior of it. And then we are going to Dunsmuir Municipal Airport. And that is where we're going to complete the final trip. So that's going to be the final leg of the trip. So we're going to get back into the air. We're going to get back to the runway. So yeah, be very careful of the brakes. Yeah, the brakes on this are pretty strong. And when you combine that, the fact this aircraft is really light. I mean, this is 700 pounds lighter than a Husky and S-Cub. Yeah, you're going to be more careful with the brakes. $9,500 we're going to be heading to and we're going to take off. $30 knots. Yeah, this thing should be off pretty easily. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put on the idle pilot. We're going to put the heading, vertical nav, and it should probably climb all the way to 9,500 feet. You should climb up there pretty quickly. Like I said, this plane knows this thing can actually climb. Like I said, a lot of that power and that little weight. Gonna climb up. So basically, we're now going to be heading up to Mount Eddy. Now, Mount Eddy's is the highest point of the Trinity Mountains. It's 9,037 feet high with a prominence that is around 5,153 feet. It's the ninth most prominent peak in all of California, and the highest summit west of Interstate 5 in the U.S. Due to its height, it receives heavy snowfall in the winter. And this mountain was actually named after Olive Paddock Eddy, who he was mistaken to be the first woman to climb up the mountain. The actual first woman to climb up was not Olive, but Harriet Catherine Eddy was the first one to climb up the mountain. And such. So we're going to be paying a visit to there first. So we're going to climb up to 9,500 feet. Oh, one more thing. There. So now that we're going to climb up, let me give you the showcase to see more Trinity Lake. Another beautiful area here in Northern California. So yeah, it's beautiful inside. I love flying in this region. I like flying in the Pacific Northwest. Those are like my favorite areas in the whole sim to fly. Especially all the hills, the mountains, the beautiful forests, lakes. So definitely a very nice area today. And what a beautiful sight here as well. So I appreciate everyone who's come here today. I mean, we're only about a couple days left from Christmas. We're about 23rd, 24th, 20. We're only 3 days away from Christmas. So I'm hoping that everyone here is having a great year. I mean, we're almost at the end of the whole year 2021, and I mean, 2021 has been an incredible year for us, for me and the channel. And I'll talk more about this next week. I mean, I'll probably talk next week about what happened during the year, but I'm going to tell you that this has been a very special year. That's the least I can probably say for this. Now, if you're wondering where that big peak over here is, this is Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta is one of the major mountains here in Northern California. Now, this volcano here, Mount Shasta, is the second highest peak in the entire Cascade region, only behind Mount Rainier. And it's the fifth highest in the state. It's the fifth highest peak in the entire state, only behind Mount Whitney, which, by the way, Mount Whitney is the highest mountain in the entire contiguous U.S. Mount Williamson, White Mountain Peak, and North Palisade are all taller mountains than Mount Shasta. And most of those tall mountains are located in the Sierra Nevada. Now Mount Shasta is also the most voluminous stratovolcano in the entire volcanic arc, with a volume of 85 cubic miles, or 350 cubic kilometers. Now the oldest known human settlement, dates back to 7,000 years ago. And, hey! Scruffy Tan just ran with the party, 17 people! Scruffy! Yay! Good to see you, Scruffy. I hope your island flight's going well for you, Scruffy. Scruffy Tam, great to see you. 8 Yamar says, yo, good to see you. 8 Mahar, good to see you. Crazy Cosmic Bunny, great to see you here too. By the way, guys, if you haven't seen Scruffy Tam is an excellent family-friendly content creator. And he's rising big time in the Twitch world. Anthony C. D'Amico, good to see you. Total's World, good today to see you too. But Scruffy Tam, amazing family-friendly content creator. 8 EY Mahar is following, good to see you. But like I said, excellent family-friendly content creator. He's gonna try to get back to become a pilot again for his private pilot's license. So this is definitely a guy I would recommend checking out. Crazy Cosmic Bunny, just followed the channel. Thank you guys so much. All the new follows. This has been really good so far. Thank you everyone that came on the raid. So guys, I'm flying the brand new kit box from Parallel 42, the makers of Skypark, and I'm doing some bush flying around Northern California. And we're heading to our final destination, located in Mount Shasta. the second tallest peak in the entire Cascade Mountain range. And it was actually a volcano, believe it or not. So it's, I mean, absolutely, you could not ask for better weather. Sorry to raid and go, but grandkids just showed up. No worries, Scruffy. Thank you for the raid. That means a lot. And hope to see you soon, Scruffy. Take care, and make sure you take care of the grandkids too. Sweet paint job. Oh, this isn't just any paint job, AY Mahar. This is the actual plane flown by none other than Trent Palmer. And he even collaborated on this project too. And if you want to know how, let me pull this notepad. Yep. Freedom Fox and Fox 2, presented by Parallel 42. These are all the people who worked on it. Edson Soriano, Kevin Menard, Raul Morales, Jessica Renna. This paint job is actually... Yeah. Hey, good to see you, Purple Kona. And guest appearances, Got Gravel worked on this. Rockview and Connect Shop brought some deliveries for the Fox 2. And Trent Palmer himself collaborated on this project. A.Y. Mahar. In fact, one of the sceneries that they got for it is his private home. And it's got a little airstrip, and it's got even a hangar you can come into. Glad to see someone streaming the Freedom Fox. I've had a ton of fun with it. Oh, I know, the Kit Fox, the Freedom Fox is amazing. It is definitely one of the best bush planes for the whole sim. I am not kidding with you, and I love bush planes. So I'm pretty picky about high quality, and this bush plane is exceptionally good. Like, the sound is amazing, the flight model is excellent, detailing is great, there's so much little goodies. I mean, you got this, you press this button and you got one of the electronic skateboards there, the one wheel. You can do that. You can take off the engine cover when you land on the ground. You can see that Rotax. And then at the very back, you also got all the camping supplies for today's trip. We're going to do some camping. So lots and lots of fun little goodies in this plane. I love those one wheels. Yep. Those one wheel things are cool, but they cost $2,000. What? They don't look expensive. $2,000 for a one wheel? That's not what I expected it to be. I didn't think it would be that expensive. But, I mean, I could be wrong. And I didn't know. That is very, very interesting to talk about. $2,000 for a face paint. Good one, guys. Well, there's something else who's new onto the channel. I don't just do these bush flights on Wednesdays. For those who are brand new, I also do on Sundays a historical recreation of Dutch Lufthansa's 1926 Berlin to Beijing flight in the Junkers Ju-52, and I fly from Berlin to Beijing through the interior of Russia. And I'm currently now doing leg 3 on Sunday, and we'll be heading to Moscow from Smolensk. So definitely, if you'd like to do some historical content as well, don't be afraid to check out that sort of flights on Sundays. I'll put them in the Discord and all that as well. So definitely something for all you people who are brand new. But seriously, I would tell Scruffy and the Raiders, thank you for coming along to the channel today. All the crazy stuff going on, I really appreciate everyone here. So over here, we're going to visit Mount Etty, which is right ahead of us. Of all the Trinity mountain ranges, this is the tallest at around 9,000 feet. I'm actually in Northern California. I'm actually in Northern California. No worries, 8Y Mahar. No worries, man. There's so many stunning places in the world, it's kind of easy to confuse. It's easy to be confused, especially with how beautiful the sim is. It's kind of confusing what place in the world we're at. So for all those, let me go over the plan we just did for the past trip. We took off from Reno Stead Airport, located in Reno, where the Reno air races were. We then visited Trent Palmer's personal house in his personal airstrip, which came with the kit box, right here. Flew over the different mountain ranges, flew over from Plumas National Forest into Lake Almanor, into Rogers Airport, then flew Lassen Peak at Lassen Volcanic National Park. Flew over to Lake Shosta. Then went to nearby Weaverville Airport. And then we go up through the Trinity Lake and Mount Eddy into Mount Shasta. So that's going to be our plan here in California. They certainly done a great job. They certainly done a good job in the sim, says 8Y Mahar. Yep, they did. They did a fantastic job in the sim. Like, I know the Sims had some weaknesses in some areas, but the scenery, like, the fact this is base scenery, mind you, is incredible. Asobo did an amazing job with the base scenery. Now, another thing too about this plane is there's actually two versions of the plane in the sim. First is the one I'm currently flying right now. This is the Freedom Fox, flown by Trent Palmer himself. But there's actually a second version you can get for this. It's called the Fox 2, and there are a couple of liveries that came out with it. But the most important thing you can do on the Fox 2 is you can actually change the engines on this, and you can make this thing go faster. And basically, this thing will have some absolute insane takeoff performance, similar to the Savage Carbon, which is, I think, pretty nice too. And it also comes with a free scenery. And if you guys want to get this plane or are really interested, I've got the command up for it as well. You can click on the link to get the kit box as well. It's for $30, which seems expensive for a plane like this, but trust me, the quality on this plane, of the modeling, the detail, the way it flies, and the fact that it comes with free scenery and modding, it's more than worth it. I'm flying the Fox 2 with the engine tune, it's a beast. Yeah, it's stupid. The engine tune 2, with how light the kit box, yeah, you're going to take off at a really short distance. Like, the short takeoff landing capabilities are going to be amazing on this. But yeah, I have nothing but loved this plane. It's such a versatile little plane. It's just perfect for someone like me to fly around sim. So here we go. We're going to be heading to Mount Shasta. It also climbs like a rocket. Yeah. Yes, it does very much climb the rocket. So there's Mount Eddie over in this area. Also, there's no anti-icing though, so you have to keep an eye on moisture. Yep, there's none of that. But to be fair, there really isn't a lot of icing stuff on some of the other bush planes either. Like the X-Cub and Husky don't really have those much either. I mean, with the X-Cub, you can anti-ice the windows, but I mean that's the only anti-icing that thing does have. We now have very good quality planes. I know, and then it's between this and the Kodiak. The Kodiak just came out like a week ago, and I'm definitely gonna stream it at some point. Either on Christmas I stream one, or I do it next Wednesday. Take the Kodiak. Probably I'm looking maybe towards next Wednesday. I'm probably looking more forward to Wednesday to stream the Kodiak. Probably doing some flights in Papua New Guinea, obviously. Like, that would be really fun, to take the Kodiak to Papua New Guinea. Or even just to British Columbia. That would also be pretty good, too, in BC. A good bush plane is Idaho. Yeah, I was thinking about Idaho too, but I haven't done a stream in British Columbia though. BC is definitely a place I haven't done a stream on. Idaho's a good one. Idaho would be amazing for the Kit Fox. Maybe I do Idaho bush stream with Kit Foxes, Savage Cubs, the Zenith, Z701. We take all Cubs and all that. So basically it will be an all bush stream, and I think that would be really cool as well. Like I said, lots of really good bush flying. Oh, the scenery's nice here. Yeah, that's Mount Shasta, Goblin Zeus. Very, very tall. Not good one day, like the Mount St. Helens. Yeah, volcano eruptions still. I mean, there were only 2 volcanoes that erupted in the U.S. during the 20th century. Like Lassen Peak and Mount St. Helens are the only 2 ones who erupted. The one I'm worried about is when Yellowstone's going to erupt. That's the only volcano I would absolutely be worried, is when will Yellowstone erupt? So over here is the small town of Mount Shasta, located on the foothills of the mountain. And over here is where the city park and all that are located, down over here. Not now for Yellowstone, quite calm. Yeah, but it might erupt sometime in the future. And that's the one I'm really worried about because it's a super volcano now. Yeah, it is beautiful. I just love this sim, and like I said, there's so many really good bush planes for this sim. I know the airliners, like I said, are not nearly as good as, let's say, like X-Plane, but bush planes, this is the sim for the bush pilots. I saw a TV movie about the Yellowstone eruption. Awful. It is. Like, if that ever exploded, we would be screwed. So I got a question. So when we get landed, I'm thinking about raiding No Can Do probably. That's probably who I'm gonna raid. So I'm thinking about raiding him. But if you guys have better ideas on who we can raid, let me know. Because I'm really interested to see if there's any other channels that I think that we can raid, or I could probably look up on Twitch to see who we can raid. I'm having a bit of trouble with the vertical altitude hold. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that is one of the other things that's a little strange about it. Yeah, it doesn't have, the IAS thing doesn't really work on it. That is one little nitpick with it, is that the IAS, the flight level change, doesn't really work on it. Yeah, the altitude hold and all that doesn't seem to really work properly. Maybe in the Discord they probably mention it. I probably could mention it to them so they can improve the hitbox a bit more. But I know this team works pretty fast in getting the updates and all that, so they've already released a patch, so I think they'll fix them really quickly. Yep. They've already done a lot of things to fix the thing already. They've already made quick changes, so I think they'll get the quick fixes. I'm gonna go ahead and start descending in altitude. I'm gonna go ahead and readjust the trim. Pick the trim up. That way I can descend a little safely and a little slower. Only the Fox one only the Fox one I fly the altitude and vertical speed halt works. That's interesting. I think Parallel 42 has their own Discord, and maybe you can ask them that question, Purple Kona. And I think they might be able to help you out from there. The Fox is really easy to trim. I know, that's another thing too. This thing's also easy to trim, so if you prefer hand flying it, the Kit Fox is more than capable as a hand flying plane if you really wanted to. Which I think is great. Again, a plane that's easy to fly. Like I said, the fact this thing can also be trimmed by hand and be having autopilot, this makes it also just really easy to fly. Go ahead and put a little power onto it. Is there a problem with the Fox 2, the autopilot? That's an interesting question, actually. I'm still no good with landing at tail draggers. Yeah, practice is the #1 key with a tail dragger. With the tricycle planes, you land with the back wheel first when you do a tricycle, and then you land it with the front, as to not damage the firewall. Now, tail draggers, there's two ways that like a lot of people land tail draggers. You either do a 3-point or 2-point landing. For me, I probably just fly really slow and get to be in a stall position. That way, I'd reduce speed, and the fall wouldn't be nearly as harmful to the springs. So, there's our landing spot down over here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and low speed. Hey, Safarix, good to see you. Yeah, we're just on the final leg of this Northern California bush trip in the brand new Parallel 42 Freedom Fox. It's their Kit Fox. You can get it in orbits direct, and this is one of the best bush planes in the whole sim. For the payware, this is one of the best payware bush planes. We're going to get ready to land. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 stages of flaps. Going to push the power a little further so I can get back to the landing zone properly. And she's down. Look at that. Nice and easy. Yeah, this Kit Fox lands nice and easy. It also helps that this thing's got big wheels, so it makes landing this thing a bit more forgiving. Do you land full flaps usually? Well, it depends. I usually do it because I can fly it a little slower, and that way it will make landing a little smoother by going a bit slower. It'd be a little easier, but I usually use it to either land slower or to land at the shorter strips. For those really long strips, usually per Pecona, for the longer one, I just use 1 stage of flaps for the longer ones because you could be more distance. I just usually land with flaps. I always get here in the end. No worries, Safarix. Hey, you're always welcome. Beginner or end, you're always welcome. Let's see if there's anyone else around here. See if there's anyone else landing at this airport, or I believe that's everyone here. I think I saw someone earlier, but oh, there's Druid Zeus in the other Freedom Fox. Touchdown. Yeah, full flap stall is really slow, like 40 knots or something. It's slow. But this actually makes it really good though. Because on the smaller strips, Kona, because it stalls slower, like at lower speeds, at 40 knots, this is perfect for a lot of the really small strips. Because you can take off and land at really slow speeds, which is perfect. Because this thing is meant to be a short takeoff plane. because this is the STI model, and that is made for short takeoffs and landings. And what a way to end this stream, everyone. And what a great way. So I'm going to go ahead and do... So guys, thank you for an incredible stream. I wanted to thank Angry One Horn and Scruffy Tam for giving me 2 of the raids here today. For both of you raiding the channel. I want to thank all the new followers. Anthony C. Dimico, AY Mahar, and Crazy Cosmic Bunny for the follows. Thank you guys so much for coming to the channel. This was an absolutely stunning flight. I mean, and I'm so happy we finally got the Kit Fox in this game. A proper Kit Fox, too. And I wanted to say thank you to the guys at Parallel 42 for bringing the amazing new plane. So now, let me go find some people for me to raid for today. Let's see. Oh, I think I know who we should raid today. Oh, I know exactly who I think I should raid today. Guys, I think we should raid Iceman 33's... Actually, no. No, he just got done streaming. Crap. I need to find someone else to raid. Let's see. I usually just try to find someone I know pretty well. I could do Can Do because he's also flying the Kit Fox, like me. But I'm not afraid to try someone new. I guess, who should I raid? I guess if you guys don't mind, I'm even thinking about 757 Spider, Can Do. I mean, those are the other 2 people I think I could raid. So, I guess we could raid Can Do then. Let's raid his channel. So I want to thank everyone here for I want to thank everyone else here for this amazing stream. Thank you for all the raiders. Thank you for all the new follows. Thank you everyone here. I hope you all have a great rest of the day. And take care, everyone. Viperstrike 95, out.